Good morning, good morning. Okay, so time to talk about plants again, really quick, just to answer the latest questions as I'm watering my plants for the morning. So one of the questions that I got was, and I think I said this to everybody already, but I'm gonna say it again. They're like, is it too late to start plants from seed? No, this is actually the time. My plants are overgrown, okay? Most of them would be happy outside at this point. I was just impatient. I can't tell y'all enough. I just wanted to play in the dirt and see things grow. I'm ready for the sunshine. Plant gardening is one of my favorite things to do, so I started really early. It is not too late to start from seed now. So yeah, if you start from seed, especially if you're in zone 7A, 7B, look up your zone, y'all. If you're in these zones, you should be okay to start now, and your plants should be ready to be put outside. My grandmother always says Mother's Day. Wait until after Mother's Day or the weekend of Mother's Day to put plants. And so, sure, why not? So they can go down then. I go by the last frost date, which is typically in mid-April. And your last frost date is considered the last day where it's likely to frost, meaning your soil at night. The last day that the soil at night should be below 30 degrees or 40 degrees, but below 50 degrees. Soil 30 or 40 is okay to plant in, but ideally you want 50-degree soil. So last frost date is usually when you are more likely to have that. So meaning your plants are less likely to kind of freeze over at night, because they do need warm soil, especially in those early stages, to develop good roots. Cold soil will stagnate them, just like cold stagnates everything. Okay, nothing really thrives in the cold. Cold is the time to rest. There's a mosquito. You see, how come the freaking mosquitoes ain't get the memo that it's not time for them yet, right? It's too early to put out my plants, but it's early enough for mosquitoes to decide they want to make their appearance. Just like 0 stars. But yes, you guys are good to start your plants from seed now. And I would say start now, because in 2 weeks you should have decent sized plants that can be transported outside, or that can wait until Mother's Day. All right, so that's the first question. I have so much to do today, y'all. There's so much for me to do. I have to, of course, water my plants. I want to expand the brooder box, make it bigger, because girl, them chicks, when I come in there, the other day, my husband and I was laughing because we went in there to see the chicks, and one chick jumped up to see us, and he got out of the brooder box, and then he tried to jump back into the brooder box and flew clear over the brooder box, clear over it onto the other side of the room. And so that's just showing us that we need more space. On top of that, just like any creature, if they're too close together for a long period of time, they do get fatigued. They will start to like peck at each other, which is why it's really important for people who are getting chicks. Remember, they're going to turn into chickens. They're going to get bigger. You have to make sure that you have enough space for them. And so even observing that now as they're chicks, make sure that they have enough space in their brooder box, and then make sure they have even more space when it's time to put them in an actual coop. I forget the measurements for how many chickens to how many square footage a coop, but I think it's like 2 feet per chicken. I think it's like that. So just be aware of that. The coop that we are getting, we have not gotten it as yet. I've been really picky about my coops, but I found one on Walmart.com. There's Amish built ones, meaning they're built somewhere else, usually in Pennsylvania. Like we have a lot because we're in Jersey. We have a lot of Amish built options, but it's just the delivery, y'all. Me getting that delivered and how to get it in the backyard, I don't know. It's overwhelming, the thought of it. So I'd rather something we could build and we could get easily. So we're building ours. So yeah, we're building ours, and our our coop is going to be able to house 6 chickens, 6 to 8, and I still felt like it was small. It's supposed to house 6 to 8 chickens, but we only have 4. We are thinking of expanding and getting 2 more, because that's how many we're allowed we're allowed 6 within our county, so within our city. So I'm thinking of getting 2 more, but there's also been word on the street that some families are asking to petition that and to get more. So for one, I'm so happy to hear that more people have chickens in the area and are thinking about the fact that they may want or need more. I was cool with 4 because I was scared to see how it went. So far, I feel like it's been an easy ride and I can handle 2 more. So we're considering getting 2 more. All right, so back to the plants. Okay, so yeah, my to-do list: expand chicken brooder box, get them strawberries in the ground. Finally, I am planning on doing it today. I went to do it last week, but there was a specific tool that I needed to do it because strawberries have long roots and I wanted the holes to be deep enough, and I was not about to sit there digging. I have 25 strawberry roots. I was not about to dig 25 deep holes by hand. No, so I needed a certain tool that I had bought, but then I couldn't find, only to find it exactly where I put it. I don't know, I just overlooked it. And so now I got it. And so it's an extension piece, like you put it on the end of your drill and it's like a digger and it'll go down into the earth. So I'm about to do that like now. And then I also have to see clients today. I have to prep grocery buying. I'm saying prep grocery buying. All right, so those who know me, which should be everybody on this page by now. I don't think I have like new followers, right? I'm not there. Yeah, and I don't even need to be there, to be honest. But those who have been chilling with me and know me well know that I do a seasonal cleanse. And you know what? I just spilled that water all over me. Oh, and over an electric socket. Lord Jesus God. So yeah, we just gonna let that water. I spilled it all over my phone charger. All over the electric outlet that is plugged into the warming mat. Yeah, so seasonal detox. I thought for a quick second, I was like, I feel pretty good. I might skip on doing my spring detox because usually around this time, my spring cleanse, usually around this time, I feel kind of like I need a cleanse, and I thought that I was good without it. But then also, y'all, my skin, you see these, I know I got a little filter on, but I got blemishes, okay? You see these blemishes? I'm not a fan. And I'm not a person who breaks out often. And then I'm like, okay, I feel good. Look at these blemishes. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah. So I said, why not? Why not do the cleanse? I like the cleanse. I'm never doing anything aggressive that is taking away from my quality of life or making me feel bad or sick or any of that. Like, my cleanses are very gentle. And so today I always get groceries on Friday. So I was like, I might as well get all of the things that I will be using for my spring cleanse, especially because doula life, I have a lot of clients coming up in the next few weeks, and I do want to be functioning my best. So I will be doing the spring cleanse so that I am working and running well come 2 weeks from now. Really, in a week, I have an induction client. So the time is coming up. It's time. Wash. Yeah, that's my zucchini. All right, final thought. Final thing to share. So final information to share is that mix y'all's own soil, okay? I'm not a huge mixer of soil. I'm not like, there's some people who are very scientific. They're like a little bit of sand, a little bit of eggshells, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I do this. I buy 2 types of soil. I buy topsoil and I buy manure. So I buy topsoil, I buy manure, and then I buy like starter soil. and then I have compost. So I actually mix it all together. So if you're using just starter soil, especially if you have plants that you plan to have sitting in these pots for a long time, like example, right? That plant is going to be sitting here another like 2 weeks. Starter soil is not going to do what it needs to do. It needs to be mixed with some in-ground soil and a little bit of compost. It tends to be light. It tends to be partially like peat moss. It's a very light and like loomy soil, and so it's good for starting seeds because it helps keep the seeds from like even if you bury a seed deep, like it's not compacted and restricting growth. And then it also drains very well, so you can't overwater your seed. So it, you know, it helps to absorb water but also dispel water. But as they get bigger, they're going to need more than that. What happens is they will pull the nutrients from that soil. They're going to need more water, and they're going to dry out easily. So with starter soil, you'll find that plants need more watering. Once you start adding the proper soils to it and the compost, one, there's nutrients in there. Two, it's a little bit heavier and it can continuously feed your plant what it needs. Also gives a extra boost to your plants because it has more vitamins, minerals in it, but also it helps it not experience what we call root shock. So root shock happens for a few reasons. One, it happens if you take a plant from an environment and what's known and put it in a completely different environment. It happens if it goes from warm soil to cold soil. Essentially, it's anytime you remove a plant and you change its environment, plants can go into root shock. And so by creating a even keel, something that is similar to the soil that I'm going to put it in the ground, it is less likely to have shock when we transfer the plant. So it should be able to take to the ground more readily. So yeah, just watch your soils. When you transplant plants to a bigger pot like this, use a mixture of soil, not just starter, because it's no longer a starter plant. This is now a grown, established plant that is going to want to thrive, and it's not going to be able to thrive in really soft starter soil. So once you start the seeds and they start germinating and looking good, we transfer it into a nice little mixture of soil. All right, so there are your plant 101 lessons for today. Happy Friday, y'all. I got a lot to do. I don't know if these strawberries are gonna go in today, but I'm gonna try my best. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna do the strawberries this evening when I come home. It should still be nice out. I'm seeing a client in just like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it's gonna be a quick see. So yeah, I could do strawberries later. This is something that I have to teach myself, discipline, because I have in my mind that I want to do one thing and that I can do it all, but sometimes I can't, and then I get disappointed when I can't. But if I give realistic expectations, I should be